Hello guys, welcome back to Silica. So, we've got ourselves a nice fresh update, a new look update. Just going to go through this with you guys, and we are going to take a little quick look at the map. I'm not going to show all the additions that have been added into this update with Silica because it is just going to be way too much for me to go through. If you want to see it firsthand, then make sure you get yourself onto the main branch and join me on Sunday. Sundays we're going to be doing Silica Sundays as per usual. And we're going to be looking at this update firsthand. If you watched last week's Silica Sunday, we did play majority of this update in its beta branch stage, where it goes through some vigorous testing and bugs are reported to the main development guys to fix. So, that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button. We're going to be getting into the update today. We're going to do some reading head first before we get into the main meat of the update. So, here we go. Hey everyone. A brand new update has just landed on Bolterus, and it begins to bring some exciting changes. Our main beat with this update is a brand new UI change. This update will make the interface visually appealing and more intuitive, providing a better experience while fighting for the resources on Bolterus and exploring a new map. Well, not just Bolterus, we're talking Centaurus as well. A massive shout out to Alexander Koji Karlov for his impressive and incredible work. GG to Koji. Introducing Black Isle. So we're going to be exploring Black Isle, which is set on Centaurus, so the Centauri homeworld. It is very similar to like Crimson Peak, and basically, yeah, the same planet. So, that being said, they've upgraded to Unity 6. We've upgraded Unity 6 for better performance, so when you now miss a shot, you cannot blame the lag. Don't worry, you can still blame your teammates, so that's tradition. Zoom for vehicles. You asked, we delivered. Vehicle zooming is finally here. You can sit back in your tank, take aim and pick off those pesky aliens from across the map, or pesky humans, depending on what you're playing. Tactical camping has never been so satisfying. Finally, we implemented a few other quality of life changes, new features and enhancements, work in progress. Save and load system. We're rolling out the early version of save and load functionality. Let us know your thoughts. Improved alien node placement, structure repair active and passive, structure placement displaying the range, human ability to build restricted to the area around the HQ, so that's actually changed up the meta entirely for building. Halved construction and faster respawn. So construction not just for buildings but also for units, so you're going to be able to get onto the battlefield a lot quicker as the humans and aliens. Map tweaks, resource locations and starting positions have been reshuffled across most maps and fresh strategic experience. Tech level expansion. Tech levels now go from 4 to 8. Unlock new layers of depth in your battles. So that means the meta will change entirely when it comes to your tech. You're going to be forced to be using lighter vehicles quite more often because you got to get up there to get those heavy vehicles out as humans, and same goes for alien as well. So that being said, here is the massive amount of changes. There is a video to watch as well from the guys over at Silica. I'm going to be just popping the link for this video into the description down below. If you want to tune in, watch the dev made video showing off all the nice juicy stuff, and also what a nice trailer it is. So that being said, let's get into the update. So version 0.8.138 gameplay added. Initial version of structure repair, passive and active, work in progress. Camera panning in RTS mode via holding a right mouse button, work in progress. Black Isle map, vehicle zooming. Rifle wasn't constructible in Siege. Rifleman wasn't constructible in Siege. Sorry, my cat is literally harassing me. Sandbox Game Master team to proper faction team when using direct control. Sandbox was missing some units. Sun intensity reduced when looking towards the sun. Yep. No more reticle burn. That's good. Cat, please. Cat is literally like in my face right now. Spawn as any unlocked infantry if you have it researched in strategy. Smooth camera transitions between getting in and out of vehicles. Smooth camera transition between switching to and from direct control in RTS mode. Vision mode is retained when entering and exiting vehicles. My cat is chewing my finger. Camera right mouse button panning in command view. I don't understand. Right. So I can sit here most of the day and just be chill. My cat won't bother me. As soon as I start speaking, my cat is literally in my face. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you talking? What are you doing? Cat, just relax. AI. Fixed AI range weapon targeting sometimes failed, refusing to fire. UI. Changed alien FPS and RTS entirely overhauled. Soul FPS RTS UI entirely overhauled. Centauri FPS and RTS UI entirely overhauled. Direct control post-process effects fade away over 2 seconds. Improved respawn menu visuals. Direct control post-process effects. UI is hidden on death. RTS harvester shrimp indicator now shows total number. FPS target waypoints indicators. UI tooltips to control groups. Select units and repair. Okay. Staging and end screens for sandbox. Repair indicator structures outlined. Maximum placement range display on all structures and blur effects for some UI elements. Technical changes upgraded to Unity 6. So it's quite a big change. Changing engine is always a scary thing for developers because not only are you changing the whole entire engine, but you run into bugs that you never think you'd run into. So one bug, for example, hover bikes were flying away. Yeah, because that's intended. Basically, you'd get onto a hover bike, you jump, and you won't stop. Yeah. I think there was another one as well. I think harvesters were also flying away. So yeah, there are more, more bugs than that were present in Unity 6, but those are the most noticeable ones I can remember. Changed default memory budget size to prevent blurred out textures. Added save load system single player, very work in progress. Fixed a special UI not shown in the first select in sandbox. Projectile hit detection sometimes failed on characters or aliens. Sync sandbox game state on player connect. Decals were not shown on terrain in Monument Valley. On character death and vehicle, hands were up. Characters are no longer thrown out of destroyed vehicles. Aliens sometimes slid across the floor after death. Now that's actually a really funny one. So because the aliens slide across the floor after death, if you killed, say, a Goliath, which is the big boy, and he slid into a tank, he would absolutely annihilate that tank because of the physics in the game. So there was a lot of times where aliens would just annihilate everything. Yeah, like if they die, they would slide in something and automatically kill it. So that's now been fixed and rectified. Players sometimes spawn under terrain in sandbox. Has been fixed. Infantry depth view is from headbone. Improved infantry depth of view is from headbone. So basically means you won't go into third person and look at the corpse on the floor. You will literally die in first person. Multiplayer changed. Show minus instead of 999 when ping cannot be gotten for servers. Right, okay. Change strategy game mode FPS respawn from 10 to 5 seconds. Balancing. Changed all unit and structures construction time reduced by half. Alien technology upgrade time set to the same as human. Infantry cap reduced from 100 to 50. Infantry cap unit cost changed from 1 to 8 and range of 1 to 2. Okay, that's fair. So when you build it in for infantry unit, depending on the infantry unit, basically the cap will be set from 1 to 8, so commando being the big boy, so the commando will be costing the more in infantry cap. Now it's just changed from 1 to 2. So technically the lowering from 100 to 50 is kind of the same because you've reduced the range from 1 to 2. So it's kind of evened out on that way. Alien node build time from 5 seconds to 10 seconds. So alien nodes take a little bit longer to come up, but there is a caveat behind that. Is the fact you can actually node in a line. So there's no more macro nodes where you have to keep pressing in each and individual node to build. You could just build in a line. So yeah. All human structures set from the HQ and outpost maximum build range to 500 meters from HQ. HQ maximum build range from 1.5 kilometers from another HQ. Outpost max build range from 1 kilometer from the HQ. So, just to add on top of that as well, the outpost no longer acts as a expansion point. It is literally HQ only. So you can only build around your HQ, and the only way you can expand as a human is to build an additional HQ up to 1.5 kilometers away, and then you can build around the radius of that new HQ. The outpost itself does not act like that anymore. Just bear that in mind. Can no longer place structures near enemy structures. So this is shown quite often, especially actually Sunday, where I did Silica Sundays. We were playing on Black Isle, and our commander was struggling to place structures down because he was being blocked by other structures. Now, I'm not sure if I like this as much, but it would stop, say, turret spam into the enemy base, which is a good thing. But I do feel like maybe to tone it down just a little bit to allow you to build still near enemy buildings, because the whole thing with RTS, and especially like coming in from Command and Conquer, is there is a valid strat. Even like Age of Empires is a valid strat to place certain buildings near enemy structures, for example barracks. Then that would allow pressure to be kept onto the enemy side of things and such. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this change, but we'll see how it goes. It may get changed, it may stay the same. We'll see what Dram has in store for us for that one. But yeah, I can see it could be frustrating for the commanders especially, but also it does change up the way that you have to put pressure on the enemy, and I feel like being able to build near the enemy can have its down points as well as its positives. But I feel like the down points outweigh a bit more than the positives in my eye. But we'll see. Sorry, I lost where I was now. Okay, heavy armored car turret pitch up from 50 degree to 30 degree angle, so sniping out those area units is going to be a lot harder now. Rail tank turret pitch from 30 degrees to 20 degrees, same with the rail tank. The rail tank literally became the primary AA against anything, so that does help a little bit. Headquarters cost from 4,500 to 7,000, making it more expensive, which means doing your expansion, because to be honest, 4,500 for a construction yard in the form of the HQ is quite cheap. I do feel like having it more expensive means you don't spam them, basically. Improved. Great Erg starting positions and resource locations. Badlands with the same thing. Rift Basin with the same thing as well. And Monument Valley. Now, I haven't tried Badlands or the Great Erg with the changes. I have tried Rift Basin. Actually, I haven't tried Monument Valley either. So Monument Valley, Great Erg and Badlands. I may give this a try on Sunday, just to check out the new additional changes there. Today I'm going to be showing you Black Isle quickly, as well as the UI elements. So we won't look into that. That'll be on Sunday. Visual. Monument Valley texture holes. Okay, so this is a shout out to Talion and the rest of the lads going around on Monument Valley. Having a look for all the holes in the map. I found quite a few as well. I kind of find them all the time, to be honest, but I do post over to the lads for correction. But shout out to the lads for doing that. Monument Valley is a very busy map. It's got a lot to it. Tons of pillars everywhere and tons of like rocks and stuff. So being able to patch those in is a very good thing. The map is a pain. It is a pain. So. Fix construction effect lights with intensity and slowly moving in world. So you may have noticed it if you played in the beta branch. Basically, if you were to construct, say, a vehicle, there would be like an orb of orange light floating around the map before it reaches its final destination. I picked up on it quite often. I kind of ignore it now, but that's now being fixed. So cool. The Moor, gas cloud obscured commander view too much. Now, the Moor is a bit of a funny map. It has a very detrimental effect against the performance of systems. I am more inclined to give it another go to see how it plays now in Unity 6. I actually like the Moor. I think the Moor is a very, very unique map, and it just shows like you got the giant mouth which then spews out the gas cloud. Now in the lore, the gas cloud itself that it spews out is what creates the Badlands. So the Badland map is literally alien burp from the Moor. So interesting fact for you there. So, AI collision avoidance, still in the works. We're making progress on AI collision avoidance, but it's not quite ready for prime time yet. Stay tuned for future improvements. We'd love for you to jump in and test things out and share your feedback. Let us know if you encounter any issues. Your input helps shape the game. See you on the battlefield. See you on Bolterus, or Centaurus, technically. Just an additional note I want to add into this, which I found out just probably about 30 minutes ago-ish. Out in the wild, out in the public. So on Ashdram, when are Centauri units coming? Dram's reply: in the next major update, 1 to 2 months away. So we're looking at the Sol Centauri split. if the Centauri units are coming in, then that means the Sol Centauri split is coming in as well. The reason why I think that is because if you're going to be adding the units in, the buildings for Sol will probably come in at exactly the same time, along with the Harvester. The Harvester itself, if you've seen the previous dev blog over on Silica's page, then you've seen the Harvester in its prime time being made by the lovely guys over at Silica. Man Springbok doing a great job on the Harvester, by the way. I do believe that is when we're going to be seeing the split. That being said, when the split occurs, I'm going to be hosting a tournament. So we're going to have a 4 to 5v5 tournament. You can play as aliens, humans. It depends on the meta. Hopefully I'll get it the week after the release of this patch. But we're going to have to just judge it by ear. If the meta is broken, then I may hold off until balances have been implemented. But if it seems relatively okay, then we may go for it, and it'll be very interesting because you're going to be seeing Sol and Centauri totally distinguished from each other, and you're going to see their technology differences as well. So it's going to be great to see that. That being said, without further ado, we're going to be jumping into the patch. It has been nice and patched out now. Normally I'd cut the video here and then bring you back in, but the loading times have been a lot better now with Silica. Now it's gone to Unity 6, so I don't really need to wait. I can just yap, and then I'll be in the game before you know it. We're going to be going into Black Isle, by the way. We're going to be showing off UI elements, we're going to be showing off vehicle zooming, and we're going to be leaving it there. So, that being said, let's get into it, shall we? So, we are just going to go into strategy. We're not going to join any of the lads on another map. I'm just going to leave it like this. I've already got a password protected. People are going to see it. They're probably going to be thinking, oh yeah, like he's making another video. Don't worry about it. We're jumping in. So this is Black Isle. A very, very small map indeed. It's very chaotic actually. It's probably one of my favorite maps for close quarters fight and just getting into the fight straight away. I do enjoy it for that. However, it can be very frustrating for the commanders, and that is due to the fact of buildings being limited, due to the fact of enemy buildings being nearby. I feel like that's quite a lot where the frustrations come from, but we'll see. Anyway, we're jumping in. I'm going to be taking command of, you've guessed it, Centauri. Even though I might be converted to Sol when the next update arrives, and you know the split happens. I don't know. We'll see. I might like the units of Centauri. I might like just want to play with the buildings in Sol. We'll see. But we are going to go Centauri. I am actually going to adjust the time because it is... Oh, I selected infantry. That's because I'm naturally able to do that. It is quite dark, so we're going to actually change the time there. Just give me a sec. Oh, how if I type cheats correctly? Let me just find where my little thingamajiggy is for changing time. There we go. We're going to go to noon. And we're going to turn cheats off. I'm going to switch to command. There we go. So, this is Black Isle. Now, as you can see, the map is very, very small. Now, I already know where Sol is because they always spawn up here. So, as you can see, there's not much wiggle room at all. And you can see the UI as well. So, you've got UI elements for Centauri here. You've got the Centauri logo in the middle here. And, all this lovely looking UI. Same with the map overlay as well. You can see Centauri logo here, and me commanding. There'll be one for Sol as well and one for the aliens. Just for the sake of things, I'm going to show you the aliens very, very quickly in a moment. I'm going to show you Sol as well. But as you can see here, things are looking very smooth. Harvester's making his way out of the refinery. Just going to place another refinery as well, so you can see the build radius. As you can see, there is a circle around this HQ, and that is the build radius. It does show a circle when I'm trying to place this, but that is just a falsify. And you can also see Bolterium's marked nicely as well. We can actually see where Bolterium is, and yeah, it's very nice. Apparently there's something in my way there. Oh, hold on. There we go. So like I said, this map, it can be quite punishing. You can see on the map, like, the kind of scale that you're working with because of how big the buildings squares are versus, say, the map size itself. So, oh, here comes Sol, by the way, already shooting my guys down. But I'm not really playing to win. I'm just playing to show you guys what's going on here. So I'm not really bothered if they start attacking me. It is what it is. I'm going to switch to Soul just in a second so you guys can see the UI for Soul. So we're going to do that right now. So Soul Commander. There we go. So you can see this blue now instead of red as we're commanding Soul. Looks like the AI's been busy. They're already ahead of me. But I've been yapping and not doing anything anyway. They've already brought up a research facility. By the way, 8 tiers. So the research facility will just start as a plain blank canvas. So just a square with these points in it, but no wall like you would see in the older version of Silica. Now when you start upgrading, things like the walls will start to build, the towers will start to build, defenses will be implemented as you go towards that basically. But you can see literally how close you are to the enemy. It is very like knitted close to each other. But yeah, technically Centauri will be heading in resources now as well because you've got 2 refineries, but they're going to be weaker in the form of unit power. You can also see like the plenish rate of Bolterium patches. So you can see now we're just over quarter of the way through a Bolterium patch, which is good for judging whether or not you should start expanding for more Bolterium for that reason. Which is great. It's always nice to see. It's always nice to see things like that. Nice little quality life changes. Also on the left side here, you can see it says I've only got 1 harvester. If I swapped over to Centauri as their commander, you see it says 2. So that is that. We're just going to take control of a troop here. So you can see now I've taken control of a troop. It says unit feed rifleman. And as you can see as well, there used to be like this hue, like almost like TVS hue to when you take control. It is present, but it's only present for a few seconds before it goes to a normal player's view. I like that change. It was very distracting for me. It kind of gave off the you know, okay, so you are taking control of a unit, right? Like, do you see it there? It's like almost TV view. It disappears. It was great to see that, and it shows that you're taking control of a unit, but also it was quite distracting when you've had that in your face, and it can also obscure vision as well with certain vehicles. So that being said, we are actually going to end round and we're going to bring the aliens in. Right, so I'm going to make this as chaotic as possible. We're going to wait 30 seconds, but I'm actually going to bring all 3 in. So you're going to have Soul, Centauri, Alien. Alien will actually be in the middle. The reason why they'll be in the middle of this map is because there is a facility where the Queen was hosted in like a lab, like a holding cell. And looks like the Queen broke free from its grasp. So yeah. And you'll see why in a second. We're going to take control of the aliens to start with though, because I can show you the alien UI then as the commander. As you can see here, alien symbol with the claw marks. Everything's like a greeny, huey yellow, which is typical of alien. But yeah, as you can see there, we've got some buildings, we've got some vegetation here for Centaurus as well. There's the nest, and the facility is literally just up the hill slightly here. You can't really see it. There it is. See the facility there? That's where the alien queen would sit, and you can see it's come out and built its own nest. And now, yeah, everything gets destroyed here. Centauri, so will be down on the bottom left here. So I haven't done a 3-way yet on this map, but I could tell it will be absolute hell. So yeah, that being said, let's take control of infantry here for the aliens, so we can just have a little look to see what the changes are for the alien UI. Bottom left there, small map, press tab. Bigger map, press M, massive map. Easy as that. Nice clean UI. Health bar at the bottom of the screen, as you can see it's at the bottom, that little wiggly form, as well as the order sent to me with the location as compass as well. So we're calling out, say, 300 on the compass. Which, to be honest, with the aliens is not much needed. The humans are a little bit better. I've been pushing for a grid system on the map, so you can kind of call out what grid system you need to move to, which could help human players as well as commanders alike communicating. Even if you've got the ping system, which is another way to do it. But you can see, I can see the humans from here. Like, the humans are right there, the aliens are literally here. So, very close knitted map. Chaos, just instantaneous chaos. Like, the hunter's going to start moving in very, very soon. That being said, let's swap back over to the humans, so you can see the human side of things now when it comes to UI elements as infantry. So here we are. Same thing again. The compass at the bottom is a bit more prominent though. As you can see, you've got full-on northeast southwest, as well as like a dial, I suppose you could call it. A dial system, which you could dial in where you're looking in the form of that compass. Marking again is a little bit different. Marking like harvesters and all, you see it has a blue hue, it'll be red on the other side. But yeah, there's not much more to show about the UI elements. I'm going to show you the vehicle zoom in now. Oh yeah, natural north as well. As you can see on the map itself, it actually has a full-on north, southeast. Sorry, southeast. I made this totally backwards. Northeast, southwest type of view, which moves with the camera of the player, but when you expand it, it doesn't. Nice little changes like that, basically. But you can see as well, I've been told to utilize teleportation to move, and you can see I've got like an actual like objective set by the commander, which is pretty cool. You see the research lab is being built. Very pretty map. Not everyone likes the red. Personally, I like the change. We've been fighting on Bolters for a very long time, and everything is quite, you know, quite bright there. So having something a little bit darker with the wet weather and such, probably on the video, guys, is very dark for you. I'll put on the vision. I think one thing I would like to see change, especially when you're on Centaurus, is the red on red kind of makes me feel like it should be a different color because of the fact you're on Centaurus. Maybe it's like a hue of blue, just a contrast between the two colors. But yeah, that being said, right, let's spawn in a vehicle, shall we? So cheats for wait, I'll just disable cheats, never mind. Right, so we're actually going to increase the time so you guys can see. There we go. Nice and bright now. We are also going to spawn in a vehicle. It is going to be for, what was we, Centauri? We'll find out in a minute. Nope, we're a Sol. Right, okay. Easiest way to tell is just to spawn a unit and see if they get shot. So, that being said, right. Sol. Let's spawn in a hover tank. And let's take control of the hover tank. So as you notice straight away, the view of the hover tank, you're quite close to the vehicle itself. You can see the UI elements as well here. For example, what you're looking at, followed by the cannon's trajectory, is that tiny little like circular object. So if you try and shoot something, it's going to tell you where that cannon round's going to go. Because if you go like this and use my main machine gun, you can see I've still got that like marker showing where my cannon round's going to go. Very good for like picking off crabs. For example, you got a crab following you from behind, you lock the turret in, you shoot, oh, there's a vehicle in front of me, bang. So I've done that a few times. I don't do it often, but there are certain scenarios that which call for that. The zooming now is going to be a great function. So this is the zoom. Now it's not like first person zooming. It is a third person zoom for now, but it allows you to literally look a bit further now, up to 3 times, just to check the enemy. Great for the rail tank, by the way. It is very good for the rail tank. It allows you to snipe aliens from afar, putting the rail tank in its proper form. For the tanks, it's a bit different because their shell velocity, as you can see, they arc quite a bit, so you kind of got to like judge that. But it does make the vehicles a bit more formidable when it comes to not just tank combat, but also tank to alien combat, which is great. I do enjoy it. So, that being said, guys, that is all she wrote for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Just killed my own quad. Subscribe and hit that bell notification button. I will be live on Sunday with Silica Sundays. Come and join. Come and tell me how you feel about the patch. Leave any feedback as well for the developers over at Silica, Dram, Bleatman, Crow-G, Voiterman, all the lads, Springbok as well. They're doing an amazing job. The game has come so far since its first initial release. The performance is the big one for me, but the UI has just changed the game up totally as well. It's so much cleaner looking now, and it is becoming its final form of a great RTS FPS title, and I can't wait to share more with you guys as well in the upcoming months. So that being said, guys, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.